The most intense experience that I ever came across was this lady that, lost her son. She really didn't know how to handle it. And, I didn't know exactly what to tell her, what to do, because most people handle things in different ways. It's a hard thing to deal with. Sometimes words just can't describe what a person goes through.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
I was at work. It was a normal Saturday night. It was pretty busy, and a friend of mine came in and told me that there had been an accident. So when I heard that, I got in my car, and I'm thinking the worst. So already my emotions are going crazy. And as I keep driving, I see emergency lights and fire trucks and cop cars, and I see two cars that were totally wrecked. And I leave my car in the middle of the street, and I run over to the police tape, and I am screaming. I'm losing my mind. So that was the first emotion. And then they rushed me to the hospital to try to go see her. And then the roller coaster began really when the doctor came into the room and said that we couldn't see her because it had been too late.
My mom comes through the sliding doors and she says she didn't make it. And when I tell you, I've never felt that feeling ever before. I completely blacked out. I couldn't believe anything. I just lost control, and I can't even explain the emotions I was going through.
I remember we were walking home from school one day, and she was so excited because she got an interview at Rita's. So before her softball game, she went over to that interview, and then after the interview, we met up at Brookside Park to talk about how it went, and she was thrilled because she got the job.
It was a soccer game the day she passed away. We were away, and we were losing pretty bad. And I ended up having an anxiety attack on the field. I started hyperventilating, I couldn't breathe, I was crying. She came out with my coach, she brought me down, she calmed me down. She was like, everything's gonna be okay. You did great, you're doing great, we're all doing great, no matter what the score is. She was always known for saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
My fondest memory with her really describes her as a person as well. We would go down the shore every summer, and it became routine. This time of year we'd go down the shore, but each time we were down there, we did something different, and we created memories that that I will always carry with me. But the one part about this that I will always remember, she would always find a friend on the beach no matter what. So that kind of describes her personality a lot. She was a very open person, she was a kind person, she accepted everybody.
I can go to her for everything. I knew whenever, wherever, however, she would always be there for me.
My relationship with her was very important. I cared about her a lot, and I feel like we had a special relationship that, I was very lucky to have, because she was able to tell me things that she didn't really tell anybody else. But then again, we argued, we had our down times, but when it came to the end of the day, all that stuff didn't matter, and she was who she was to me, and I was to her.
I was at a garage sale, and we dedicated the song Diamonds to her. And that song came on, and all of a sudden a butterfly started circling me. Meanwhile, it's the end of October. There's really not many butterflies out around that time. So I just found that it was easy to cope with it, because I knew she was there, and I know she's happy.
We wanted to have kids around the same time so they can be best friends and we can grow up together. But since I lost her, I can no longer do any of those things, and it really does affect me in a negative way because everything I do reminds me of her.
It took me a while to be able to be okay with living with this, but I took it and I'm trying to take positives out of it, believe it or not. And by positives, I mean being able to help other people learn from this and try to prevent it so it doesn't happen again. And I feel like the more I do that, the more I'm okay with myself. I lost my sister.
I lost my friend.
I lost my best friend.